Hey, welcome to Sam Outside. I'm Sam and I'm outside. Talk a moment about what we need to do for others and for ourselves to feel better, to feel good. All right? Talking about slaying dragons. Yeah. I have the pleasure of working in camping and outdoor education. Spent a long time as a canoe tripper. Spent a long time working in the challenge course industry, building challenge courses like zip lines, canopy tours, obstacles in trees and poles, low ropes courses, things like that, and using play, using physical activity to, well, challenge by choice, but still challenge people physically, mentally, emotionally. We need to be challenged, right? We need, in a safe, controlled environment, we need to teach others to work hard and to earn that sense of accomplishment. So, at this point in my life, oh, I've slayed some dragons. Yeah. As an arborist, owning a small company, it's this small. I've definitely taken on jobs that other people said no to, right? And maybe it's because of my experience, maybe it's because of my training, overdeveloped sense of accomplishment and other things. But I've even when I was an employee of a multinational tree company, I'd get a work order and say, like, this is a 6-hour job, and sales manager says, oh, you should be doing it with this equipment. It's going to take this many guys, this many hours. Do it this way. And I've had more than one opportunity to walk up to a tree and say, the end game is to get it on the ground. Yeah, I can do that. Half an hour later, the tree's on the ground because I didn't need to climb it. I just needed to think outside the box and find a way to, work smarter, not harder. Yeah, and sometimes I get lucky, right? But we've all had dragons to slay, right? Sometimes it's not about our job. Sometimes it's, recovering from an injury, right? That's the dragon that I'm slaying. Or, it's a courageous conversation that I've got to have, right? I've got to slay that dragon today. So as a small business owner, yeah, I've had to slay a few dragons. As a father, right? I need to instill in my children through play, through other things. I've got to motivate them. I got to teach them that they can do hard things. They can do it, and it's not easy, right? That's life. So by putting it in those terms, though, we all have dragons to slay, and we've all slayed dragons. We just don't think about it that way. So for me, that's part of my job. All right, I'm working with other young adults, and I've got to teach them that, yeah, you've got a lot of kids. Yeah, and you're gonna have fun. You're gonna be safe. And I know it feels overwhelming right now, but you can do this. You can do this, right? So whether that dragon is actually out there and they can see it, whether it's, like I said earlier, it's an addiction, right? Maybe you've conquered that. Probably others, right? Maybe it's a task, feels overwhelming, and yeah, you look back on it and I'm like, I did that. It feels good. Yeah. Way to go, me. Right? So as a father, as a manager, as a mentor, as a coach, right? We have opportunities to build confidence. And through time and practice, give them the skills, physical, mental, emotional, spiritual skills, opportunities to show that they can succeed, because we won't always be there for them, right? So, as a coach, you're looking across the court, or looking across the pitch, looking across the field, looking in that other dugout, and you're saying, wow, right? Like, that is a winning team. And it's our turn to meet them, the field of battle. And we can do this, right? And yeah, you lose some, and that's okay. There's something to be learned from that, right? There's more opportunities to learn from loss, right? Feels good to win, but we can't always do that. So we've got to teach others, young people, teach ourselves that we can do hard things, right? And we don't know what other people are going through, right? Some people, that dragon's just getting out of bed. Good for you, all right? Next step, all right? Yeah. Go outside. Go out and interact with other people. For some people, that's a huge dragon, right? Hey, find time to do something good for yourself, right? Like, you can do it. Slay that dragon, right? Encourage people. Just take small steps. Give them the skills, the confidence, capacity, resources they need to be physically, mentally, and emotionally, spiritually, even financially confident, right? So I've gone through different phases of my life where I wasn't the outspoken, capable human being you see on the other side of this screen, right? I've had to slay a few dragons, right? And it's getting easier. Yeah. Dragons are still out there. That's okay. I am a dragon slayer. I'm teaching other people to find their dragon, right? No one wants a dragon, right? That's crazy. Yeah. But that's how we learn, right? So I've dedicated my life to working in camping and outdoor education, finding opportunities to teach other people, our clients, our guests, my staff, that they can do hard things. And there are ways to do it, right? In teaching, it might be known as scaffolding, right? So you start off with small, realistic, achievable goals, and you build on those things, and then you remind them an hour and a half later, yeah, it took us a while to get here, but here we are. We can do it. We've been in training to this point, so here we are, right? Follow the script. Do what you can. Do what you know how to do. I'm here for you, right? As a coach, I can't get out there and play the game for you, but I'm right here, right? Yeah, as an adult, I can't go through the day with my children in the classroom, help them navigate the social intricacies of what it is to be a teenager, right? I've been there, I've done it a long time ago, but I'm here for you, right? Can't slay your dragon, but I know your dragon is real, and I know it's going to be hard. Yeah, you might not slay it, but try and wound it. Come back to it later. So there's a lot of folks that don't have that capacity, right? It's called anxiety, right? That's the stress of what you see coming, right? It can feel overwhelming, right? That's why we procrastinate, right? Can't do it, don't want to do it, and we come up with reasons and rationales, they're excuses, while we put that thing off. And hey, if there was a master's degree, or I'd have a PhD in procrastination. You can just ask my wife about that. Things I need to do to my house, my property, my life. Yeah, that I keep putting off. I know it, right? I'll get to it. One dragon at a time. There you go. All right? So, we can do hard things. And we'll all find our way to get there. Sometimes we just need support. So, we have to find a way. Sometimes we got to do it alone. All right? And yeah, I take moments like this out in nature. You know, it's part of my morning routine, it's part of my afternoon routine. But this is the time for me to decompress. Think about the dragons that I know are coming. Think about the dragons I might not even see coming. But I've got the life experience. You can tell by all the gray. And I've got some training, some skills, and I'm going to stay in my lane and know that all I can do is be the best coach, best father, best partner, best employee that I can for the other dragon slayers in my life, right? Some dragons might take a team, so yeah, happy to be part of it. But at the end of the day, one person will be responsible for that killing blow, so be part of that team if that's what it takes. So we can do hard things. You can do hard things, right? So sometimes we got to give people dragons to slay. Teach them how, Make it okay for them to work really hard. Lift the weight off their shoulders. And take a moment to have that debrief, to have that acknowledgement, have that conversation. Give them time to process the success they just accomplished, right? Builds confidence, builds resiliency, builds capacity and capabilities to keep going. Find the next dragon, right? Do the best you can, right? Be a dragon slayer, right? You can do hard things. I'm doing them right now. All right. Thank you very much for watching. Thanks for your support. We'll talk to you again soon. Please go outside. It's good for you. All right. Talk to you later. Bye.